When it comes to defense products, Turkiye has transformed itself from client to competitor over the past 20 years. While its imports decreased significantly, it became a major arms exporter, setting a record high of $5.5 billion in 2023. So far, Turkish defense companies have produced drones, tanks and helicopters, among other gear. But a much more ambitious project is now in sight. The country announced plans to build an indigenous missile defense system called the Steel Dome. The project will be a joint effort led by Turkish defense giant Aselsan, which aims to integrate multiple layers of domestic air defense systems, sensors and weapons. The unified network structure will feature 4 layers as a way to provide a shield across large swaths of land to protect the Turkish airspace. It is part of a greater effort to enhance Turkiye's defense against terrorism and other evolving threats in the region and beyond. The country also increasingly enjoys the export of its defense products to dozens of countries in Asia, Africa and Europe. As a result, Turkish defense firms are shaking up rankings among the world's top 100, with the Defense News magazine featuring 5 of them on its recently published list. And to discuss the newly announced Steel Dome project and the Turkish defense industry's success, joining me now from Ankara is Merve Seren Yeşiltaş. She is an associate professor at Yıldırım Beyazıt University. And from Budapest, Zoltan Egeresi. He's a researcher at the John Lukács Institute for Strategy and Politics. A warm welcome to you both, and thanks for joining me on Straight Talk. So, Merve, Turkey has announced plans to build an indigenous, multi-layered air defense system dubbed the Steel Dome. Is it important? Why does Turkey need such a system?
Well, it is important, and actually it was not a strategic surprise. We were just following what Turkey has been putting effort in order to establish its own air and missile defense system. So the thing is that when Turkey has canceled the T-Loremits project, as you know, the bidders, they were the United States, Russia, China, and the Eurosam, consortium. When they canceled the project, the Turkish government stated, especially the Defense Industry Executive Committee, they say that at that period of time, we are just canceling the project, we are canceling the tender, but we are not canceling the project. So the thing is that Turkey is now trying to make its own indigenous, multi-layered defense system. And actually, we have been witnessing with in our previous programs, we have discussed a lot because Turkey has been, investing in order to have this multi-layered defense. We have got Hisar family with this, and we have got the SPAR, and we have got the other, radar detection systems. We have got the interception technology, or we have got the AI and advanced radar and sensors. So this is the reason that now they're just trying to have a complete coverage of the air and missile defense system. And definitely it is very important because we are going to have this, not only we are going to have this enhanced air defense system and multi-layer defense, but at the same time, we are going to have this strategic deterrence, and it is going to create lots of geopolitical implications as well.
So, Zoltan, what will that system seek to achieve? Obviously, to defend Turkish airspace, but will it be able to combine a number of indigenous air defense systems developed by Turkey in recent years, or is this a very complicated project?
Of course, it's a really complicated and ambitious project. However, we can see that based on the recent development of the Turkish industry, that sooner or later the Turkish military industry will be able to make this whole project feasible. And it's important to emphasize that it's a multi-layer system stemming from short-range vehicles and missiles towards much longer ones based on autarkic, so local productions. And also this new system, based on what we know, it tries to incorporate the newest military findings of different ongoing conflicts like the war in Ukraine. From that, it tries to handle the short-range military threat stemming from, for example, mini drones, to much greater threats concerning long-range missiles attacks. And probably sooner or later it will be able to reach this kind of defensive autarky Turkey as well.
So, Merve, geopolitical risks are increasing every passing day. So how long would it take before this system becomes fully operational? Do you have any guesses?
Well, Yeah, well, the thing actually it is all depends upon your technological and industrial advancements, because the defense industry growth is totally depending on stimulating the innovation, because that when you are having just one technology, they are all they're the complementary technology. So you are not only developing the missile itself, but also you are developing the radar systems, the missile technology, the artificial intelligence, threat detection system, interception, and the radar. So the thing is that this is very much related with the economic growth as well, because if you have got the R&D, research and development and production development process, and if you are investing higher, and it shows that the sooner that you can complete the project. And the second thing is that it's about the operational capability, because each time when you are trying to complete a system, you are not just completing the feasibility reports, you are not developing or producing the system like the serial production system, but at the same time you have to try them in the real combat. So
Yes.
each system has to be combat proven. So this is the reason that it is all about the technological industrial advancements and how the government is sustaining its investment strategy over it.
So Zoltan, will it be similar to Israel's Iron Dome?
Yes, basically it will be similar. However, it's important to emphasize that Turkey's territorial size is much bigger than Israel's one. Israel is around 22,000 square kilometers, while Turkey is around 780,000 square kilometers. So it's around 35 times bigger than Israel. So it will be a much bigger task. With a really huge geographical area stemming from the Aegean Sea to the border with Iran and Iraq and Syria. However, as it was already mentioned, this robust military development will be a huge showcase for the different Turkish military companies and the whole military industry. And if it is realized, it will show that Turkey will have in the region a really unique military deterrence defense system in order to protect itself.
So, Mehmet, meanwhile, 5 Turkish defense companies have been named among the top 100 by a renowned defense magazine. What does this tell us about the shape of the industry here?
Well, actually, it is definitely a very clear indicator of this, industry's robust growth and its technological advancement and increasing its global, influence. Because the thing is that when you have that just rapid growth, it doesn't mean that you are going to achieve global competitiveness level. So this is very important. This is the reason that we are always underlying the importance, the significance of the combat-proven systems. So once you have got the combat-proven systems, it means that you're going to have global competitiveness. Because the thing is that Turkey is not trying to survive its interest for the territorial integrity or in order to defeat the risk and threats that is stemming from its own region actually, but at the same time Turkey is trying to export them. So the thing is that these defense companies, of course, they are in the list because the Turkish government is supporting them. Yes, they are in the list because their main customer is the Turkish armed forces, but at the same time you can see that these technological advancements, they really find the opportunity to export. So the thing is that when you export more, you invest more because you have got the gain and you are creating new jobs and new opportunities. And so this is the reason that it's kind of a cycle that you export more, you invest more, and you invest for the R&D. And it is always triggering technological, innovation.
Yes.
So the thing is that this is also bringing Turkey the resilience and adaptability. So Turkey, those companies, they are in the list because we shouldn't underestimate that they're adapting to the challenges and their adaptiveness, capability is very high when you're comparing with the other countries actually.
So Zoltan, what do you think? I mean, how do you think has Turkey managed to reduce its defense imports while maintaining somewhat stable export levels? What kind of a balancing act we're talking about here?
Let's say it's an outcome of a decade-long achievements or efforts. First of all, I have to emphasize the importance of the commitment of the government in order to create this robust military industry, and in line with that, giving military incentive, financial support for different organizations, Turkish military companies, in order to develop and create different products for local needs and also on the longer run for the exports, and also in the line with that, establishing institutional background to foster this military development. Second, I think it's really important to emphasize that Turkish government and even the Turkish military industries are highly investing in human resources. So if we look at the numbers, during the last roughly 10 years, the people working in military industry more than doubled. And in line with that, we can see lots of research projects and also linking different related universities to this field. And not just the government, but also different military companies are launching different programs in order to attract the bright minds for this industry, which is really important. And on the longer run, it will be really pay. We already see the outcomes. And third, which is really important, during the last, again, roughly one couple of years, one decade, we could see a rising number of military conflicts in the geographical proximity of Turkey, which created new markets for the Turkish military companies as well.
So Merve, the magazine says only 8 countries have more than 2 companies in the top 100, and only 3, the US, UK, and China, have more top 100 firms than Turkiye. So what do you make of that? And compared to some European nations' overall defense budgets, where does Turkiye stand in its export volume?
Well, actually, it's a very good question, because the Turkey seems still, especially in the last decade, we are witnessing that Turkey is really challenging the monopoly in the global defense market. So the first thing that we can mention, it's about the cost effectiveness. So when you are looking at the United States, when you are looking at the Russia, most of the time there are value for higher prices. But when you are looking for the Turkey, the competitive pricing is much more cheaper in the Turkey, and so it's a very much Turkey is providing very cost-effective alternatives when you compare with the other countries. So the value for the money is very important. And the second thing is that while you have got the value for the money, but you are providing almost the competitive level of this advanced technology and innovation. So the thing is that none of these countries, United States and Russia, they're combat-proven countries. But when you are looking at the European countries, Turkey is much more, operational tempo is much more higher in Turkey. So the thing is that when you are developing these cutting-edge products and indigenous every time you are testing them in the combat zones, and you are updating them, you are modernizing them, very, short interval areas. So the thing is that this operational reliability is very important. So it maintains Turkey to stay in the list. And then another thing is that the geopolitical and strategic alliances. So Turkey is not punishing the countries when you are having this, defense deals. But when you are looking at the United States or the European countries, anytime they can, cancel the projects, anytime, they can find out new, challenges in order to convince those countries for their political interests. So this is the reason that Turkey doesn't have that kind of a restrictive export policies.
All right, Merve and Zoltan, unfortunately, we'll have to leave it here. Thank you very much for joining me on Straight Talk.